Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another Daily Dice, where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you new here, welcome. This is that reminder we're all here sharing this human experience, that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, today we are getting messages from, Archangel Michael. I have the hiccups. And I was laughing because Angel, my dog, she's over there making funny noises. So, Archangel Michael, what is the message that you have today for my fellow humans? What is the message that you have today for my fellow humans, Archangel Michael? What would you like them to know? Okay, you're getting two, so we'll put those there. Like so. Alright. Prioritize self-care on the bottom. This came out for me just not too long ago. It says, you do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. Alright, so let's go ahead and find out. Archangel Michael, what messages do you have for my fellow humans today? What would you like them to know? What messages do you have for my fellow humans? What would you like them to know? All right, we've got the 5th house, we've got Libra energy, and we've got Saturn. This feels like it's for the singles, but this can be if you're with someone as well. You know, with the 5th house, we do have bringing joy and spirit back into your life, also drama and dating and things along those lines. So remember, even if you're not single, if you are with someone, this could still be that type of message for you. However, for those of you that are single, this does feel like a message saying, like, stop putting other people ahead of yourself. Like, you start talking to someone when you go out on a date, or you're starting to date someone and you put that person on a pedestal, and then that person just disappears or something, because we're in the age of ghosting, because no one's brave enough to have an adult conversation in this world anymore, it feels like. And yes, that is something that I feel like is very true here. But that's what it feels like, especially with Saturn coming out. And I can feel the energy that's coming on me where it's just like hopeless. It's just like hopeless. Like, it's like no one wants to have that conversation. No one wants to have a difficult conversation. And why would they if they're talking to 10 other people at the same time? Especially with Libra energy here, it's like trying to balance that out. Like, you give so much. You give so much time and so much energy, especially if you're trying to talk to people. Like, you put yourself out there, which is a very brave thing to do. And it's okay to pull back, is what Archangel Michael is saying here. And even if it's not in regards to dating, even if it's in regards to just life in general, this could even be you put your spouse before you, ahead of everything, and you put yourself on the back burner, or even your kids. And I know it's hard when you have a family situation at home. It's hard to put yourself first because there's so much responsibility. But the truth is that if you don't put yourself first, there's never going to be a win. Because win will not come. Oh, when I finish this. Because when you finish whatever you've got on your list, guess what? There's 12 other things that need to be done. And I feel like that's why we had prioritized self-care on the bottom here, because win is not going to come. And this is actually a very clear message for myself as well, which is so funny. It makes so much sense to me. But it says win is not going to come. There's going to be other things that need to be done. There's going to be other things that need to be taken care of. There's going to be always something else that needs to be addressed. But if you make space and time for yourself right now and equal out that and be fair to yourself, it's not always going to feel like a struggle. It's not always going to feel so difficult. It's not always going to feel so hard. Right? Even if you have to take a half an hour today, shoot, take a half-hour long nap. You know? When the baby goes down for a nap, you go down for a nap. You know what I mean? Like, taking time to go and exercise, to get yourself out of these situations that are making you feel so stuck and hemmed in. It's like almost like your schedule doesn't allow for self-care. Sorry, I'm just laughing over here. Sometimes just like spirit and source coming through, but we have Archangel Michael today coming through like, I got you. I got you, right? And it feels like, yeah, and we're trying to inspire you. This is what he's saying. He's like, we've been trying to inspire you to recognize that you don't have to adhere to such a rigid schedule. You don't have to adhere to such a rigid routine. You don't have to adhere to such a rigid type of dating style. Like, if you're not being taken care of and if your needs aren't being met, how can you ever be there 100% for everyone else? And that's the message here. And so my Archangel Michael wants you to remember that. Like, you don't have to put yourself in these situations where you don't fit. Like, look, it's just this grown person in this little baby's crib. Like, you're not going to be able to lay down and be comfortable, right? It's just going to be miserable. And it's so funny that also came out. I was talking about a nap. And the Four of Swords in the Tarot Marseille really just talk about peer pressure. It talks about other things like people who pressure you into doing things that you don't want to do. It talks about being stuck in a situation that you're not growing in. It talks about so many things, but really the message here is like not being stuck because people expect something of you, because people expect this of you. We're trying to inspire you to be vulnerable with yourself, to be open with yourself, to take care of yourself. Okay, on the bottom, we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, it's time for you to grow emotionally, spiritually here. And sometimes it's okay to put yourself in solitude, which might seem like isolation to others, but it feels like you need it. Definitely feel like that exhaustion coming through here, for sure. I think I'm going to have to take a break after this. So, no, but it does. It feels like there's some exhaustion coming through. It feels like there's overwhelm coming in here. It does just feel like you do a lot for everyone, right? And they're saying, like, you don't have to be that person that everyone relies on. Like, you do so much. But, you know, it's okay for you to take care of you too, to be your own best friend with companionship here and dog coming out with 41, right? It's okay for you to go dark every once in a while, right? But sometimes we have a hard time doing that because we feel like we're so relied on. But you know what? Look, if people rely on you that much, then they're not doing things for themselves. And with the exemption of kids, okay, I understand kids are dependent on us. But if you have adults that are relying on you that much, they're not taking care of things themselves. And if you weren't there for them, what would they do? And I already heard someone, they wouldn't make it. They'd have to figure it out. Right? I mean, I'm not saying anything bad's going to happen. I'm just saying, like, what if you went on it? What if your job had to send you away for a week? Right? What if you had to go away to see family for a week and they had to stay home? What if you had to leave? Or what if you were in a living situation where you're not going to be permanently? And when you leave, what are they going to do? Stop feeling like they're not going to make it without you, because the more you put that energy on, well, they're not going to make it without me. They're not going to be able to do it without me. The more you put that pressure on yourself. You know, like we've got the owl coming out with wisdom. Time to purify yourself here. It's time to listen to the guidance that you're receiving. And I don't feel like this is new. Like, I feel like you've definitely received this before. And that's okay, right? It's okay. Sometimes we don't get the message the first time around. Sometimes we have to hear it a few times. Sometimes we have to learn the lesson a few times, right? And that's okay. Let's get some more. That one. All right, on the bottom we have Freya and Elska Eld with 33. The answer to the question, what is my task, can only be found on the battlefield of life. Only the courageous will discover it. Yeah, you'll only learn by doing. That's what this card talks about, right? And the battlefield is saying enough is enough. The battlefield is doing something different, causing conflict. Sometimes we have to cause conflict. It's not intentional conflict, but you know, it's that conflict of saying, like, I'm not always going to be here to do everything for you. I'm not always going to be the one that you need to be dependent on. You got to figure that out too. We have Ashtar, Sharon, and Turbo. Friendship requires attention, respect, and harmony. Nurture it. It is very precious. Don't lose touch with your friends. And we have companionship here. I feel like this is that reminder from Archangel Michael coming in. Like, when you have friends, people who want to be there will be there. They're going to put in the effort. But if these individuals, whoever you're connecting with here, whoever this reading is about here, if they're not putting in the effort, they're not worth your time. Look, we have Mother Mary and Zio with 12 here. Look, we had 33 come out on the bottom, and we have 12, which is 3. So 333 is an important number for you. It says, extend the trust within you to all things in existence, and it will set you free. Those who are free will always choose love. And this is so telling, because it's saying extend the trust. I can feel like some of you don't want to give others responsibilities because you don't trust them to do it. Sometimes you have to just let them do it on their own. You have to trust that they'll figure it out. Right? That sets you free. And it helps you to choose love in those situations where it's like, I'm no longer choosing to control this. I'm allowing this to happen, and I'm allowing them to figure it out on their own, and they'll get there. All is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. Well, I'm like starting to stutter here. I even had to start this video over because I was stuttering. I feel like that's something, it makes you stutter, like having to go through this. Like it makes you stop. Like you want to say something and then you go to say something, but then you stop because you're like, oh, what are they going to think? Or like, oh my gosh, like I always have to do it. Like I just better do it myself. Like, and they're saying like, they'll figure it out. Regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. Yeah. So they're trying to help you ground into this energy of staying strong in your resolve. It's time for you. And I feel like walking away for a little while, like this is one of those things, like you need a break, right? You need a break from this. And we've been trying to tell you that you don't have to put all your, all these responsibilities on your shoulder, but we've been trying to inspire you to find that balance. Okay, and I feel like we're inspiring you to take a break. We're inspiring you to prioritize your self-care. You need to go get a massage. You need to go to the chiropractor. You need to go get your nails done. You need to go get your hair done. You need to take an entire day to yourself and ask somebody else to watch the kids, right? That's scary. That's scary, but you need to trust that it'll be okay, especially if it's someone that you trust, right? For those of you that don't have kids, you need to get away from your general environment. You need to just take a break. And that's what this message is today. And Archangel Michael is bringing that through. Like, it's okay for you to do this. This will help you stay grounded. This will help you recenter. This will also help you see that not everyone is putting in the same effort that you are, which helps you draw back your energy. And if they really want you in their life, then they'll put forth that energy. They'll put forth that effort. Okay? So this is what I see for you here. If you felt like this was your message, leave the little door emoji down below and say, I choose to leave and take time to prioritize my self-care, knowing that others will figure it out. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on membership. So if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and give a special shout out to Archangel Michael for coming through to give us this message today. And until next time, stay human. Bye.